backstroke from our dual meet on October 31st. Taking a look at Jesi Medrano here in lane 3. On the start, you're in a nice, relaxed, neutral position here. Buzzer goes off. You do a great job of throwing your head back, getting those arms into streamline. And a little kick at the end is always nice right there. All right, so pretty good motion. We can continue to get a little more power and height off the wall, but it's definitely a good base for the start. Now, I'm just going to let you watch this 25 kind of straight through, and we'll talk about it, because I want you to notice how much you're bouncing and then your leg positions as well through the kicks. All right, so let's come back here now, early in the race. Play. Okay, so I want you to notice, first thing's the arms. So the reason you're bouncing is because each stroke, the way you're pulling, is your hand is angled and your arm is angled in a way in which you're pushing really more towards the surface of the pool and not in a direction that's going to move you forward. For the most part, I think it's actually, you're grabbing deep enough water, which is good. It's better to be too deep than too shallow, I think. It's just really the angle, and I'm trying to see if we can get a good look at it here. It's going to be a little more difficult maybe if we let this girl get just a little bit out of our way at this angle here. Yeah, so, no, that didn't help a lot. My guess, and I'd have to get a different look at it in practice or underwater or something, that your arm is almost too straight, and so you come over and it's like you're almost making a circle that's continuing underwater, and that's causing you to push more down, and it's kind of this bouncing motion. Another thing that could help you is if you got your chin back just a little bit. I know we practice outdoors, so tucking the chin is kind of a bad habit a lot of swimmers on our team have. But get that chin back a little more. It's going to help you get these hips up on the water so you're more flat on the water and in a better line. Now, another thing to notice is this leg, especially the right leg, it's coming all the way out of the surface. Your knee breaks, and then you're flicking out way up here in the air to finish the stroke. So we got to keep our legs underwater. If you're kicking and you're rumbling and boiling that water right on the surface, that's perfect. But this is coming too far out of the water. All right. So now coming into the turn, we could probably flip just a hair later, because you notice here now you've rolled onto your stomach. You're committed. You can't really do anything else to propel yourself, and you're just floating, floating, floating. And then you finally get the flip in there, and we're not utilizing the underwaters at all. So, right, like you've set yourself up, you're in a good power position right here, you're in a tight streamline, and then you just immediately surface. And then you're back at it racing. So I think it's important that on this turn, right, so you're cranking out, I mean, just about as soon as you can, and so you got to think, the further you kick underwater, the less you actually have to swim. So the way you're doing your turns here, and it's going to be the same on the next two walls, you're really truly swimming like a 100-yard backstroke, right? You take a look at some of these other individuals that are kicking, even if it's just 3 kicks off the wall, they're reducing the amount of backstroke they actually have to swim, right? So if we can really fix the line, get some of this bouncing out of the way, and then utilize just start out just 1 kick every time, 2 kicks every time, 3 kicks every time, and start to add a little more to your arsenal, I mean, you're going to see a lot of improvement in your backstroke. You already dropped, I think, let me pull up the time here, 1:33.6. So you just dropped over 2 seconds in this backstroke alone, and from this one race in a dual meet. So, I'm kind of curious to see what you can do. I definitely think you can get under 130 this season and start to flirt with 120. Good stuff.